Hello everyone, this is the presentation about right and duties of neutral state. Um, the content of this presentation is introduction to neutrality, rights of neutrality in land warfare and sea warfare, and duties of neutrality, duties of belligerent state, and some conclusions. So neutrality basically is an attitude of the impartiality that is adopted by a third state towards belligerent state. It is and that third state who have the attitudes of not being supportive to any kind of the belligerents of war are considered as neutral states who are neither participated in the war nor are the supporters of any belligerents of the war. So this attitude of the neutrality creates certain rights and duties upon the neutral state as well as the belligerent state. Belligerent states, such rights and duties are codified in Paris Declaration 1856 and a convention a convention 1907 series 5, which is concerned with the right and duties of neutral power and the persons in case of the war on land, and Hague Convention 1907 series 13, which is concerned about the rights and duties of neutral power in naval war. And similarly, some of its reflections can be found in the Geneva Convention 1949 and in the UN Charter 1945. But this whole presentation would be based on Hague Convention 5 and Hague Convention 13. Rights of the neutral state in land warfare. Talking of the rights of neutral state in land warfare, we would thoroughly we'll be looking at the Hague Convention Series 5. And according to that convention's article 1 and 2, the territory of the neutral state would be inviolable. No any belligerent states can do any kind of the hostile activities or any kind of warlike activities in the neutral territory, and along with that they cannot even move the troops along the territory of the neutral states, or the move the convoys of the military supplies, like the vessels that are it means the vessels that are loaded with the military supplies. Those vehicles cannot also be passed through the neutral territory without the permissions of the neutral states. It is mentioned in Article 1 and 2 of the Convention Series 5. And similarly, Article 3 of the Convention Series 5 mention about the transmission of the informations. No any belligerents are allowed to erect any kind of the wireless telegraphy stations in the territory of the neutral states for the sole purpose of communicating with the belligerent forces, or transmitting the information from the enemy states, or any kind of the military purpose. Even if the station is established before the war, they cannot be used for the military purpose by the belligerents. And similarly, the Article 4 is about the recruiting of the soldiers in the belligerent forces. No any belligerent sources is allowed to open recruiting agencies in the neutral territory for recruiting the soldiers, or forming the corps of the combatants. Similarly, Article 7 and 9 talks about the trade with the belligerents, and neutral states have the duty not to support any kind of the not to support any belligerents, but it doesn't mean that the neutral state cannot trade with the belligerents. The neutral states are not restrained from trading with the belligerents. Even they can trade the arms and ammunitions to the belligerents, but in those tradings, the neutral states have to remain impartial. And the Article 10 is about the self-defense. Neutral states have the right to self-defense if any of the belligerents would intervene in the territory of the neutral states, or tries to violate or attack on the neutral states or violate its neutrality. Then the neutral states have the right to restrict those attacks, even by using the force. And those acts done by force by neutral states shall not be considered as a hostile activities, but it would be the rights of the neutral state to self-defense, according to the Article 10 of the Hague Convention Series 5. And another rights of the neutral state is the right to grant the asylum. A neutral state may give the asylum to any belligerent forces who are asking for the asylum, but for that have to be disarmed, and those forces received by the neutral states, they can be interned in a fortress or a camp, or they can be lived at a parole with asking for the permission before leaving the territory. So it is a right of the neutral state but not an obligation, as mentioned in the article 11 of the convention series 5. Similarly, other rights are the passage of the sick and wounded. A neutral state can also authorize for the passage of the sick and wounded in a war, wounded of the war, but the soldiers or the vehicles carrying the sick and wounded should be disarmed, and the right and the protections of those soldiers and the sick and wounded soldiers would be the sole responsibility of the neutral state, as per mentioned in the article 14 of the same conventions. And similarly, the same convention have also mentioned some things about the neutral portions in the article 16, 17 and 18, according to which a nationals of the state which is not participating in a war are known as the neutral persons. Neutral persons are also inviolable like the territory of the neutral states. Their life, liberty and property cannot be harmed by the belligerents, but if they participate in the hostile activities against a belligerent, or work in the favor of one belligerent, or voluntarily enlist in the armed force of a belligerent, then they shall be considered as a they shall not be given any benefits of the neutrality, but giving only the loans or supplies of the goods shall not be considered as an act that in the favor of and one belligerents, as per article 18. Similarly, the chapter 4 mention about the railway materials. The railway materials coming from the neutral state shall not be confiscated by the belligerent state except in case of the absolute emergency, and likewise the neutral states also cannot capture or utilize railway materials coming from the territory of the belligerents, of course, except in case of the absolute necessity. And if it utilize such materials in case of the necessity, then it has duty to pay, compensate in proportion to the material used, as mentioned in the article 19 of the same conventions. And now, according to we will be looking at the rights of the neutral state in sea warfare.